Hello. It's a rally car in a parking space. Soon to be. It's got wheels. It's got a roll cage. It's got an exhaust. Might have measured that wrong. Anyway, welcome back. It's been a bit of a delay in fairness, I've done a couple of updates and didn't like them. So, full update for you today. So welcome back to Build a Rally Car in Your Parking Space. And you can see it's still in the parking space, but it's got weird wheels. It's got rear suspension. It has a fuel tank. It has a roll cage. I'll show you more of that in a minute. And yes, and I have a grinder I can't find the chuck key for, so that stays like that for now. All right. So welding projects that took place while we had the welder available. We have welded some reinforcing plates into the top of the strut towers because these do mushroom. And actually I had plates underneath, sort of, you can get them from a couple of different companies and they're just reinforcing plates. Well, we actually bent one on the other side in the crash on the other car, so that's no good. You can see down here we have a new sump guard bar that's welded in. It's mounted to brackets down in the bottom on both sides. So it is removable, and I do have an aluminium plate. Moving on to the interior. Now the door bars do fit, but I've not got them in at the moment because they're a pain to work around. So here you go. We went for a seat fitting a few weeks ago, and you can see one of the seats I'm trying to work out how to put it in at the moment. You'll see all the welding's done, the roll cage is bolt in. I put this extra bar across, bolt in of course, because you can't weld on a homologated cage. We've got a seatbelt loop there, and you'll see on the front all the boxes welded into the floor is all tidied up. You can see it over there. Cage is in. Door cards are back on at the moment. I'll explain that one a little bit later. But you can see, there we go, full cage. The door bars are just, well, they're stuck in the back at the moment. Other things, so I'm working on a seat fitment situation, and so I'm looking at it going there, and then I realized, well, I can't get to the pedals, and there is no steering column. So it looks like I'll have to come back to this job. So, anyway, so a lot of progress as and when. You can do this an hour here and an hour there. I was able to get one full day, and that's when I started doing the roll cage, and even then it took me a week. I did 8 hours on the one day. It was the only day I had free, and then the rest of it's been in and out and around about. But so if you're doing a project like this yourself, get all the welding planned and organized, get all the paint scraped off where you want to go, everything marked out. And if you haven't got your own welder, I mean, I've done all this with an angle grinder, cutting discs. Okay, there was a hammer involved, and a welder that I've had lying around, MIG welder, for like 25 years. And I've been able to do all this. It takes a bit of, if you're going to try welding yourself, it's quite easy to do, but a little practice first. Get some scrap metal and practice first. The toughest thing when you're welding on cars is you've got, say, 3 millimeter thick plate, which is the boxes, going against, well, tissue paper thickness of body metal of the actual vehicle itself. So it takes a little bit of practice and everything, but it's a good skill to learn, so if you've got it there. Moving on, I want to talk about these seats. Matt and I went and got a fitting, seat fitting at Club and Motorsport a few weeks ago, and both Matt and I, what we were looking for was 3 things. Price didn't come into it. We tried every seat in the place numerous times and eliminated. It was a process elimination. Rob actually gave us, well, there's every seat I've got. We'll start at this end. Sit, yes, maybe, no, there's possibilities or no. And we were looking for 3 things. One, we were looking for lateral support, side support, okay, both in the legs and in the body. Because that accident we had, even though we sort of went straight on, both of us slid sideways in the seats in the impact, and actually Matt hit the roll cage with his with his rib cage. He's fine, but the fact is I don't want that happening again. So was it halo? No halo. Some of that's personal preference. In the end, we went with ATEC North seats, and both Matt and myself. Matt's actually bought his seat, which will be going in the car, and got this one. I sold the old seats to a road rally, but pair seats and the belts are now going into it's actually over there, a Vauxhall Astra road rally car. So we're missing probably 2 events at least, probably 3 events actually. We're missing at least 3 events in the championship because, not that I can't get the car done, although I'm trying to get the car done, not just that, but I haven't even considered them because I've invested some of that money in the seats. After your helmet's number 1, seats is number 2. I cannot emphasize enough about getting the right seat to fit. I know there's another competitor who's watching this, Andy, if you're watching. He's a tall lad. He's actually sat in my other car, and he's actually, okay, I can fit all right. But when it came down to it, he has had to get a seat sort of, not custom made, but it took some effort to go. So it cost a bit more money. It's not a 200-pound seat, these seats. A proper seat that fits you. Some may, but in this case, no. So Andy's moved back his has his planned participation, possibly to right at the end of this year to do a test or 2, or next year, strictly because he puts safety first, and I highly recommend it. Events, there's lots of events and everything, and the challenge will be back next year. Just found out we've just got 100 members in the mini challenge club. It's like, that's crazy. But it's, it's really tight competition, so it's good. And you can do it on a budget if you, on a budget. Speaking of which, I actually have a new sponsor, and I had an existing sponsor. Some of you may have seen my old car, and I had SkillNet training on the side. Well, they sponsored this year. I've got a new sponsor. A friend of mine who's a consultant has actually come on board, and he was going to sponsor next year, but he's actually helping out this year, part of it to get this car up and running. So he will be coming to an event or 2. He is an enthusiast. So I want to shout out to JP Pharma Consulting, who have come on board and helped me out with a little bit of sponsorship to keep this program going. I've also got Optimum Graphics on board. They're helping out, and we're going to get, new. We're not going fancy. This car it's simple because the sponsors, I need to be able to see them in pictures and some of the footage. And I've been watching some of the footage on what parts of the car are actually showing up the best. So have to, that's the way it works. Can't think of anything else at the moment. Just put the exhaust system on. Yes, I'll cut the end of the pipe off eventually, but that's all fitted. Heat shields are fitted underneath. As a note, I've put the heat shields back on all along the tunnel on a Mini. 2 reasons, or 3 reasons. 1, the gear selector system is plastic, and the exhaust runs right underneath it. Put the heat shield back on. Further down the car, you've got the fuel tank, but it's a plastic fuel tank, and the exhaust system is going right underneath it. Goes across the car. Put that on, and also the handbrake cables are right up against the fuel tank, so they're between the fuel tank and the exhaust system. Again, they can melt, so put your heat shields on. Okay, I cut them off at the back, right behind the rear subframe, but you don't need it past that because you've got a lot of air because you've taken everything out, and more or less most people are just running the exhaust straight out the back of the middle. So, but put the heat shields on in the tunnel at least. Just to save yourself the heat buildup. It gets hot, especially with the catalytic converters. A lot done, but not a lot to show you because it's one of those. I am now into the fiddly faffy processes, so it's a bit here and a bit there. So we'll keep her going, and getting too over this. Hey, look, my reflection. So there we go. I haven't decided how to finish that yet. I think if I leave it like that, that'll keep people from coming up behind me. Too close. So there you go. Mini Rally Challenge car also fits into the Rally First or Rally Start specification. And you can actually even make this a road rally car with not too much difficulty. One of our other competitors uses their car in road rally and the challenge, and they're very competitive. They're a top 3 car, and you know, so it gives you more options with the car. And he's shown me a little bit of trick about the interior, so I'm just trying to get some material. So I am going to put some interior back in it, but which seems to pass. So we're going to play around with some stuff. But at the moment, the heavy lifting's done. What have I got left to do? Drive shafts. The reason being is I've got an issue with the gearbox, and I haven't decided what to do. The issue is a rock went into it and broke the casing, and I'm like, do I take it out? What do I do here? So I'm undecided. Drive shafts, wishbones, front suspension, it's all assembled. I've got all the ball joints and everything. It's just sitting in the shed because, well, I'm outside, so it'll rust. You know, the brake disc will start rusting, so I'm trying to avoid that. Plumbing, brake lines, so and the electric. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It's all the little piddly stuff. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of it. Until next time, take care.